guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Eyelash Shine, whatever you want to call me, and we are here today to film like a student vlog. I'm gonna try and do it like a documentary style, so wish me luck. I don't know how it's gonna go. We've just got to my student Ruby's in Islington. Okay guys, technical difficulties. So
confirm the door number.
okay guys, so we're gonna attempt this block now. No, that's so weird. I'm gonna have to call. I'm gonna actually have to call her because it's here. Okay, no, we found it. I'm so excited.
Why did she have to do all that? I'm so excited to get in there.
Hey guys, so I'm here with my student Ruby, and she is based in Islington in North London, and we're here just to talk about her story and her journey within the lash industry. She completed our online fully accredited course for classics, hybrids and Russian volumes. So I'm just gonna let her just give her like a little introduction about herself and like why she wanted to start doing lashes.
Hi, I'm Ruby, aka By Rubes. I was really tired of living the 9 to 5 life. Worked in beauty before, but I never found like what I wanted to do in beauty.
Like a passion.
Yeah. And I followed Shannon for years on social media, and then I saw the online course on sale. Yeah. And I was like, it's a sign. And here we are. Yeah. I think you qualified because I think you qualified last year, and then you was messaging me like, I'm gonna start. I was terrified. Yeah,
she was so scared, and I was just like, no. I feel like last year I let you like do your thing, whatever you was doing, and then I feel like this year when you this year you messaged me, or the end of last year,
it was the end of
and you was like,
I'm
actually gonna do this. Yeah, I'm actually gonna do this. Like 2024, I'm gonna do this, but I'm still nervous. So I thought, nah, like she's really gonna try the second time to like not do it.
I had a reading, and the reading said there's a business you want to start, you need to start it, because I was scared of starting it, because I was like, I'm gonna have to leave my last job, I'm gonna have no money whilst like lashing starts. I was like, it's not gonna work. And the reading said start your business, and the universe got you. And look, I was fully booked in my first 2 months.
Yeah, she's been wow. Yeah, she was fully booked for the first 2 months, and like I feel like you've just been flourishing, and you're even adding like new services to your business.
So I now offer, well, I've been offering henna brows as well, but I now offer facials, men's facials as well, beard cleansing, the whole works.
And I'm even going to get my facial in April. And I actually got a facial the other day, and I'm not going to lie to you, like I don't know how, like I was saying this to the girls the other day, I was like, I don't know how I didn't have that in my routine, because the amount of stuff that come off, so and you just feel so fresh. Like for 2 days I've been like, don't touch my, don't look at me, it looks good.
It looks so good.
But I keep looking in the mirror, and I'm like, oh my god, who's there? But yeah, okay, cool, right, let's get into it. So I'm just gonna jump in with the questions now. So what challenges do you feel like you first faced like when starting your lash business?
Starting, that was the hardest bit, like starting, taking the jump. And then I think like adjusting to like, I'm not a people person. Well, I am, but like I can deal with people, but I'm very like reserved. So having to deal with like different people every day, and I love meeting them, and
give that customer service.
Like, it's not even the customer service. Like that part I do find quite easy. Like I've always worked like customer service.
Okay,
like, I've always worked like people-based jobs. But I just think when you're like up close and personal with someone for like a couple of hours, like multiple clients a day, like it's very overwhelming.
And intense.
And it gets so draining. So I think like that's been my biggest. That's been my biggest,
challenge so far. Okay.
Like balancing like my appointments. Even like obviously you've got clients that will come in and will talk the whole way through the appointments, and you've got some clients who don't want to talk, it's pampering, they want to sleep. Yeah. But it's like,
with regards to them challenges as well, obviously I just want to add that obviously you are a mother of 2 whilst running this business. So obviously you started at the end of January. So how do you find like balancing like motherhood and then also like growing your lash business as well, especially where like the business side of starting like this whole career, it's not just like, oh, okay, I'm just in a new job, like you're having to learn business, like the lashing skill itself, like dealing with the clients and things like that, and then also you're a mother of 2, not 1, 2. So how do you find that?
To be honest, I'm used to like juggling work life and the kids. I think because it's from home though, like at first like the kids, like where I was like practicing all my girls, the kids knew all my girls. So like they'd come in, they'd have a little chat whilst like they were laying there with their eyes closed, and it was fine. But like having to obviously have like new clients come in, and I've had some clients even say, but we're coming into your home, like we can't get annoyed at your child coming in. And I'm like, you can. Like you're still paying for a service. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, like especially my son would think that all clients wanted to have like a full blown conversation with him. Like, right, come on, we've got to nip this in the bud. But yeah, I feel like the only thing that I really struggle with is where I got booked up so fast. I was having to like squeeze in like my regulars now in like late appointments and stuff. So I feel like I've ended up working, like I started this job to be able to work around the kids. And now I'm like, I want to take all the clients. But now I'm like, I don't. And now
you don't have time off.
So it's like done like a 360, but.
And I think that's what people and I feel like that's the thing about like when you're going into business as well. I think the growing stage of your business, like you have to put in so much work, like way more than like social media see and things like that. And
even on a day off, it's not a day off.
It's never a day off. It's never a day off. And I think that's what's hard about like sometimes like the social media side, when it's like you're trying to, you know, even when you feel like do you feel like sometimes like you're doing so much and you're not getting what you like deserve back, or where you've been fully booked, do you feel like you haven't really experienced like that yet?
Not really, because I went into like this business with like the attitude of, even if I get one client a week, I'm so grateful. So I'm like super grateful that I got so many clients so like soon, and from my first like 2 weeks of lashing, 99% of them come back, and I've seen them every 2-3 weeks. Like they've stayed loyal, like they've trusted the process. But yeah, so I don't really have that whole thing of like,
and your skill grows all the time. Like I remember when I used to say to you, and I used to be like you're gonna do this set and you're gonna think it's amazing. The next set you're gonna do, you're gonna be like, oh my god, no, this is my best set. And
I still get that now. I feel like I'll get that for like the next couple of years. And
I'm
like for the rest of the career.
And I feel like I used to voice note you all the time, and I would send you and say so much like with regards to like this is how you're gonna feel, this is completely normal, because I feel like we all go through them feelings, definitely. And I feel like when you then experience it, you're like, oh okay, I get it or whatever. But so how did you find like obviously doing the online course rather than like obviously doing like a in-person course?
So I was a bit scared at first, because you always hear like, especially in the beauty industry, you hear like some people like, don't do an online course.
It's got that stigma to it.
You're not gonna learn anything. You're giving the lash tech industry a bad name, and I'm just like, okay. But the course was so informative, and I think because you're so hands-on with your students, it's like it's not like if you were to buy a course from like one of these big companies, for example, that have like millions and millions of students around the globe that have like, who don't. Once you bought the course, that's it. There's no like, you can't message your trainer. You can't. Do you know what I mean? So to have like that support, I think it makes it stand out. Like, completely.
And I think like a lot of people like even with like courses, like I had one girl saying to me the other day, I went into a salon, and they was even saying to me like, I messaged my trainer and I asked her a question, and she said to me like, do I want to like book a masterclass, because obviously she asked a question.
In other words, she just wants more money.
For me, obviously like a lot of things, like the support that I give, like even though I wish I could do more, I feel like the situation and circumstance I'm in, I feel like I do more than I'm actually able to, and I do try my hard I really try my hardest, but also as well, I think it is for me, like I'd much prefer to have 5 students that are running successful lash businesses. I could say with chest,
they're like 500 students who have just passed and done nothing.
That's what I say all the time, and I think that for me it's so nice like to be able to not just have a relationship but grow like with my students as well, because at the same time I'm still growing within my business, so I'm still learning, and anyone that I come across, the better relationship I have with my student, I can be like, oh my god, you know what, like I I've seen this will be so amazing for Ruby. Even like, for example, this morning, it was like 7 o'clock this morning, and I'm on my Instagram, and then I must have seen a bed, but I knew that one of my students was looking for a bed, so I've just sent the story to her. But I think that's only because I've got a relationship that I speak to her and I know her situation. So I think it is really important to have ongoing support. And also I feel like people have to be a bit aware that when it comes down to booking, because everyone will just add that on as like ongoing support, and it's like when you try to contact
you see it on everything, and then there's not even contact details.
Like
an email, and it's like a generic
so I feel like I'm glad that
if you don't have your trainer's personal number,
forget about it. Forget about it. So what do you feel like your future goals with like growing your lash business? So obviously currently like you're home based, you're building up your clientele, which is going really, really well. Where do you see yourself within like the next 6 months, the next year?
So the next 6 months, I feel like I'm gonna stick it out home based. I don't wanna like jump into a space too soon and then get too cocky like my first 2 months and then take a dip and I'm like, can't pay the rent. But yeah, so I feel like the first 6 months is still, you're basically still brand new. Yeah, I'm very like content with just working with what I've got right now. In like the next 12 months, like I'd love to have like a little space that I could, you know, work from that was a bit more professional, because I feel like it's taken over my bedroom. And yeah, so just having that little bit of like, I don't even want to say because I feel like my business is still quite professional now. But just that extra,
like that sort of like like getting up like and actually be like, right, cool, I'm going to work.
Like I even want to get like a little uniform because I feel like I just work from tracksuits. I feel like scrubs will make me feel a lot more like, right, let's wake up and go.
And I feel like a lot of my students like start home based, like a lot of girls within like the whole lash industry, like even like lash on their beds and things like that, like it's completely normal. And I think like it's really important to even like touch on that, because it's just like everyone has to start like from like somewhere.
Look at the perks of it as well, like working from home, like I'm not spending,
like you don't have the over.
She'll tell you how much I used to spend on travel to work. Like it was crazy. Uber there and back, and it was on the other side of London because I'm on But like even like looking at things like that, like I can literally get up
and you're here.
Like you know what I mean? I can, if I need like to run to the loo, it's there. If I need to go and get coffee, it's there. Like, there's no like there's not much like overheads like when it comes down to like working from home. And I think like there is such a perk of having that, where you already have that pressure on your skill, like growing your social media, all of that, that's a lot on its own. So then to then put yourself in a studio that's now got rent, bills, upkeep, like maintaining it, making it look cute. And you're going to be stressing about your timing as well, because imagine like you take a client that's like 2 hours before closing and then like 2.5 hours you're still not finished and you're like,
it's true. And I think as well, like I think like your goals are so realistic, and like they're aligning like with how things are going for you. So I think you know, you growing your business within like and focusing on the clientele within 6 months, like you can then for the next 6 months after that to then like, you know, focus on like maybe like, you know, looking at spaces or looking at places that you can think, you know what, like I've got a solid, like you have chest, like I've got a solid client base now, like I can confidently go into a place that all of your students are going, clients.
We're not there yet.
All of your clients are going to be so happy, and like they would have grown on that journey with you, so they're going to be able to come like and be like, oh my god, remember when we was doing it? Like, and I think that's such a nice feeling, like to look back and be like, oh my god, you remember like when it was, you're going to look back and just think, oh, it's crazy, like the growth.
I still have clients who remember coming when I didn't even have the blanket. Literally like
every little detail is so
like
important.
Not plastic, whether materials, one of these. Like.
And I think that's why I was even saying to one of my students like recently, like every win is a win. And I think that not just because like things ain't a big win, I feel like everything should be celebrated. Like I'll always try and remind my students, like even when they've done something, I'm like, you better celebrate, or you better celebrate, or this is big, this is amazing. Do you get what I mean? Because everything's growth. And like when you look back at yourself this time last year when you was enrolling on the course, like you didn't didn't have that confidence to be like, I'm starting the business right now. But then also at the same time, I feel like everything happens for a reason. So if you was meant to start last year, you would have started.
I think if I'd have started last year, like straight after I passed, I think I would have given up.
Okay, so this is going to be my last question, because our client is actually here for her full set of lash extensions, because Bruce is really busy and booked, period. Okay, cool. So how has becoming a lash artist impacted your personal life and relationships, and what lessons have you learned from your experiences before starting your lash business and during your journey within the lash industry?
So I was definitely a much more hectic person before starting. I feel like the business has really grounded me because it's the responsibility. And I think beforehand, like, I used to always think, like, even with like reacting to certain situations, I'd be like, can't do that, I'm a mum. We don't act like that anymore. Now it's like, I can't act like that, I'm a mum, I'm a businesswoman. I'm not having my brand tarnished by rash decisions or reactions. So I feel like even like in my relationships around me, like, it's really made me cut off things that needed to be cut off. Because it's like, I don't want anything to throw off my business. I don't want an evil eye throwing off my business. Like, before I'd be a bit like, not a people pleaser, but a bit more like, oh no, I know that girl don't like me, but I don't really want to unfollow her because it's like, oh, it's going to start something, I can't be bothered because then I'm going to have to punch her. I can't do that anymore. Now I'm just like, bye. This is it for me. Like, it's going to work.
You're very intentional.
So we're not having it of like, I don't need any distractions. I don't need any, so
like bad energy. And like,
I feel like it's really strengthened my decisions.
Like a major
felt anyway,
major decisions and actions more intentional. Like, and I feel like it is that transition from like I feel like when you are a business owner, like, you have to look at yourself from the very start, like I have my own business, like, because you have to do that. Like, I've got a brand now, so it's just like, I can't be like walking down the street or out somewhere and then just get into like a thing because someone's watching me, or just something so minor. You carry
yourself completely different. Like, it makes you, like, I think you even said it earlier, like, it makes you grow as a woman so much. And you think, I feel like, I felt I was very like, handled myself anyway, but
it's like a whole new journey.
It's like this whole professional side of me is coming out. And it's like,
you know,
that's
what I was even saying. I was like, with me, I've always been like a very mature person for my age, because I've had a lot of responsibilities from the age of 15. However, I was still young. I was still 15, I was still 16, I was still 17. So even though I was growing for my age, I was still my age. So it was just like, I feel like when I started having a business, it was just like conversations was different. Like the types of people I'm coming around, the different the rooms I'm in.
Like, I'm mixing with people who I would have never
come across.
Like, I might have, like, I don't know, like, served them like a drink when I used to do like work in bars. We would have never sat down for 3 hours and had a conversation about life. I had a client yesterday, and we were talking.
Client yesterday because she's busy and booked.
And she was an older woman. I think she said she was just turned 59. But we were talking about life, and we were talking about like families, and it was so like strange. And we literally said at the end of the appointment, she was like, I'll be back soon. She was like, you're like my new sister. We had the same mental health problems. We had the same like invisible disabilities. Like, it was so strange. Like, stuff that if I normally say to people, they're like, She was just like, oh my god, yeah, that's really hard. And she was literally like, you're doing so well for yourself. She was like, I don't even know you. She was like, but your energy is lovely. And I was just like, like, as a 27-year-old woman, would I really be having that conversation? Like, on a day-to-day basis.
Like, and it's always it reminds you as well, like, even if times do get hard, like, having the conversations like that and the comments as well, it does like really go a long way.
Compliments on your person rather than like your aesthetics or whatever, such like, there's so much more like, appreciative. It
hits different, baby girl. But okay, cool. I am going to let her get on with her client. I'm gonna like show you like her setting up and things like that. If you haven't already and you're in North London, Islington, anywhere, even if you're not, make sure that you book her. It's by Roofs, and it's by BYRXBES. Because I remember, because they're my girl. So yeah, make sure you give her a DM, check her out, make sure you give her a little follow, and I'll put like her details in here anyway. But yeah, oh my god, I can't believe I'm finding out. This video was so long. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep you updated with her journey. I'm gonna be doing a lot more anyway, like with my students. So yeah, you'll be seeing her flourish, and you will be seeing her flourish because you're gonna follow her Instagram right now. But yeah. Hey guys, so I have touched down in Ipswich. It is now 11:28. We got here at what time? Probably like
9:45.
9:45 we got here. We're basically going to do a little tour of like Kay's setup, where she does her lashes, but she also does nails and teeth whitening as well because she's expanded.
And we love that.
We love that.
So hey guys, my name's Kayra, True K Lashes, True K Nails, True K Smiles.
Period.
All of that.
Tell us a little bit about your journey, like what life was like before lashing, how old you was, what made you start lashing, like just give us the tea, or give us the coffee.
So obviously when I left high school, I didn't go to college, I worked, but that didn't last long. It lasted about a week, and then I thought, oh my gosh, I need to go back to college. So I was doing a beauty course, and then they called me and said, you're not going to be able to complete the course because you started so late. So then I was thinking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Got a job at Curry's PC World. I ended up having that job for like nearly 2 years, but in between that we went into lockdown, and I went to someone, and I live in Ipswich. Oh yeah, also guys, I'm based in Ipswich and North London, but in Ipswich not a lot of people are like home-based techs and stuff like that. So I went to one girl, she was home-based, and I thought this is what I want to do. And then I found Shan, obviously, took my course, and it's been up from there literally. But yeah, I was working at Curry's, and then I was a carer. I started lashing full time. When COVID happened, they said that I had to get a vaccine, and I'm an anti-vaxxer. So I ended up leaving that job and then just pursuing lashes full time, and it's been up ever since.
So how old was you when you
I think I was like 17. And, yeah, 17, 8, like yeah, 17, 18. Like maybe 18, like 2021. Yeah. I was 18.
Yeah, she was 18.
So yeah, 3 years ago, I'm 21 now.
And it's so crazy because it was like, I was like only 2 years older than you are now. Like, it's just crazy.
It is.
Do you feel like from, you know, your previous jobs and like obviously how your life is now, like even with regards to like you going out, like holidays, like what is different?
It's definitely given me more freedom. I've travelled a lot more, especially like this year. I've got loads of holidays lined up, and like working wise before you couldn't do that. Like you just don't have that freedom. I just working for someone was not for me. Like there was days I just never even wanted to go to work. Like I just didn't care. But like having my own business, like I don't mind getting up. I will do anything, any hour of the day. So it is good. And
I feel like with you, like you're very blessed when it comes down to like your mindset, because even like you travelling from like Ipswich to me when I was based and I had my shop in Bromley, like there wasn't no like, oh, is it too far? I feel like I could have been in another country and if you would have still have come. Like I feel like even now, like for example, like the other day, like we went to film like in Stratford. So she's come all the way to Stratford, but then she's seen this fridge that she needed for her new business, the teeth whitening. She's literally picked it up, not even thought, you know what, I don't drive, like I'm going to be getting back on the train, I've got this massive box, like, and I've got to lug this around London and then back to Ipswich. Like, there was none of that. It was just like, oh my god, like, this is what I've needed. I said, how did you find it? She was like, oh, I just see it in the shop, and I was like, oh my god, I need that. Like, I was like, why didn't you just order it online? Like, but it's just that I feel like her mindset, like, she will never have any excuses, like, or she'll, even if she is busy or she has something going on, she'll always try to be like, oh, let me figure it out. Like, let me try and see how I can still do that. And I generally believe that is why not just your lash business is going well, but your lash business, your nail business, your teeth whitening business. Like, how long ago?
Literally, I qualified like 2 weeks ago, and I think I've had 5 clients already. Like, it is going well. Bearing
in mind, you run a lash business doing lash clients, you run a nail business doing nail clients, you locate from Ipswich to North London. Yeah. So to be able to even fit in 5 clients.
And oh yeah, and also guys, I went to, because obviously I didn't get that chance of college when I finished high school. So just over a year ago, I went back to college to do beauty, just to get some sort of qualification and some experience and get into London. So I went to the London College of Beauty Therapy for a year and did level 2 and 3 in eye-tech beauty. So that is really how I got into London and like made friends, and they would always be like, oh, I want my nails and lashes done, but I live in Ipswich, it's so far for everyone. So that's why I did something about finding a location to work in London.
Yeah, like, I feel like she never gives any excuses, because even with this teeth whitening course, how it come around, me, Kay and Candice, we was all filming, because basically I started doing like photo shoots for like other brands now, like content for other brands. So obviously I've got these two to come with me, and then obviously we're there, and obviously the girl that does the teeth whitening is very good at what she does. So I'm like, listen, girls, you both need to go and take this course. But one thing about Candice is she's very much like focused on just focusing on the lashes, and that's exactly how I was. Look, I didn't go into another service until years later, whereas Candice has always sort of done the nails and lashes similar times, so she's used to Candice. Kay's obviously very good at like obviously mixing the 2 businesses, so for her it was an easier process to not think, oh, what is it going to be like adding another service, whereas with Candice, like, she's now got to think, right, this is a second service, so it's a bigger thought process.
And when I first started, I did a nail course and a lash course, really like close
to each other.
So
it was very similar times
from the start.
Yeah, so she's used to it. So when she's gone and done this teeth whitening course, she literally, like, I feel like before we even left the building, I blinked and she's like, oh yeah, by the way, I've got the teeth whitening course on Monday. And I was like, oh my god. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh my god. And because I was filming.
Yeah, I didn't even know Shan was coming. I'm in my teeth whitening course. I see Shan. I'm like, oh, hey.
Because obviously I was doing the content for the teeth whitening brand. So obviously I see her.
Yeah, had our little lunch break together.
Yeah. So yeah, I just feel like it does come down to like a mindset. Like, you can't use excuses, and even when things don't work out, you can't let that bother you. And I think with you, you're very good at like no matter what goes wrong or like how hard you're struggling, like in anything, you don't even look at it as a struggle. You don't even look at it as a failure.
You've got to see the positives.
Yeah,
I feel like I can easily adapt to like what's going on.
What do you feel like the hardest hurdle like that's been thrown your way was, like, when it comes down to like your lash business?
Well, in the summer last year, because when I first started, I was doing it I was set up in my living room, And then obviously I've got this cabin, summer house in my garden, got that done out. And then I've been in there a few months, and then the biggest nightmare like, that I could ever think happened. There was a massive fire. I lost probably about 50% of my staff, and that was crazy because I was like fully booked at this point. I had loads of clients, like, and I've just lost nearly 50% of my staff.
But the thing is I feel like even with that, like, even the way you dealt with it, like, you was just like, yeah guys, I had a fire in my shop, don't worry, all bookings still going on tomorrow. So I've had to double back on the story and just read it again, because obviously we all know I struggle with learning difficulties. So I was just like, fire. I said, is everything all right? Like what is going on? She's like, oh yeah, like, oh my god. Like, she told me the extent, and I was just like, so you've lost everything basically. Like, I said, tell me what you need, I'ma send you, like.
And she really came through. And like, literally my tweezers, my prime, like all my lash stuff, my lash trays, everything was gone. Like, I had to restart again from like those mixed trays, and like I had to build it back up. Like, my nail table had gone, everything had gone. The only thing that didn't burn, that I saved my nail table and my lash bed, luckily, because this lash bed I brought it from Shan, and obviously I live in Ipswich. That day, everything went wrong for me. I ended up getting to Shan, and then I couldn't...
So this is a separate time, by the way, guys.
I couldn't get the lash bed back to Ipswich, and Shan was closing her shop that day, so I had to collect it. So then we ended up dropping it to one of my aunties that lives in London. We had to carry all these parts up these stairs. There was no lift up, like
no
3-4 flights of stairs.
And this isn't even one of those beds that you can just fold up, fold down.
Yeah,
like, this is one of them metal, like, screw in, like, heavy, like, lash beds. So, oh my god, yeah, that was crazy.
That was, honestly. Like, also, I'm glad that the lash bed didn't burn, because I went through too much to lose
Went through too much. Too much,
honestly.
But yeah, and I feel like, yeah, like, it's not even like, because I don't know, like, obviously I do post like you a lot on my story and on my page and things like that, yeah, and it's not even that, like, some people will probably think like, not is this like your only student, because I do post my other students, but obviously I post you a lot. But the reason why I do is because obviously, like, the relationship we've got now, yeah, like, I would class her as a friend, yeah, like, so even though like the trainer is still there, like, I've always looked at you anyway like a little sister anyway, yeah, do you get what I mean? I've always seen that, like, potential, like, in you, and I've just always wanted well for you. Like, same with all of my other students. But obviously, what I say to all of my students, and I said this to Kay from the beginning, when I say, do not hesitate to contact me. You can contact me anytime, any hour, and however much, like, you want.
Listen, when Eyelash Shine says continuous ongoing support, she doesn't lie, because I took my course in 2021 and she's still supporting me today. And
I feel like at the beginning, yeah, you used to message me, you listened to that, yeah, and you took it, and you literally used to message me every day. I would be voice noting. She'll send me like 2-3 voice notes. I will come back with like
2-minute long voice notes, but not just one, 15 of them.
Yeah. And then obviously it got to a point where she got so busy and booked, like, obviously this is what I say to people as well at the beginning, like with my students, like, you will message me all the time at the beginning, but it'll get to a point where you don't need like me there all the time anymore. So obviously I'm like, where's Kay? Like, I'm like, is everything good? She was like, Shan, I'm so sorry. I said, oh, please, don't apologise to me, because obviously that's what I want. Like, the reason why I'm not speaking to you as much is because you're busy and booked, and ultimately that was the goal. That's what we was working towards. Like, anything that you needed, like, with regards to like advice or tips or tricks or like what you should do, what you shouldn't do, I gave. You took action. Not everyone takes action. Like, yeah, Kay's always taken action. She'll take my constructive criticism. Like, do you remember when we found out
that you could do that thing?
Oh, you know what I'm talking about. Because basically she used to send me her work, like, and I would give her feedback. But I found out on Snap that you can, like, look at the picture and you can put yourself over it and point. So I'm like, see here in the inner corners, you need to go shorter. That's going to allow like a like better looking set if they want it more volumized, right? So obviously, like I say to an artist, this is game changer, because now every single time this is how we're doing the reviews on the sets. Like it, and I just feel like even with me, I grow as a trainer, so I learn more things, new things come out, new things develop, whatever. But obviously it is really important because I do have so many students. So Kate isn't my only student, Kate and Candice are not my only students, but like it's not just them that get this kind of support. Like this is open to all of my students, so I give the same to anyone, but you have to contact me, because it's like when I try and contact all of my students, I have thousands, so it's just like some people don't reply to me, some of my students don't reply to me, so it becomes very time consuming, like, you know, reaching out to like all of my students and then not getting it back. So that's why I just give it to the ones that reach out to me, because I know that that's what they need, that's what they want. So yeah, so going on to like where you're currently at, like what do you feel like your day-to-day like life is like, you know, running like these businesses?
I'd say like now I'm quite, I wouldn't say I'm busy 24/7, like 5 clients a day, but I have at least 1 to 2 clients at least, and on a busy day I'd say about 5 to 6 clients. It just depends. Like, and a lot of my clientele is like younger girls that go to school and stuff like that, so it will be like prom season, like half terms and stuff. That is where I'll be fully booked for 2 weeks, because all the girls want their nails, so like I'll take advantage of that. And then on a normal day, like today, kids at school, like I don't even have any clients today, but like on a normal chill day like this, it'll be 1, 2 clients, nothing too much. Then I can work on content, on the social media side of things, etc, etc.
And I feel like it's like that's a really good point to touch on, because as well, like there are seasonal times like where you are like really busy, and I feel like Ipswich as well, like that sort of location, like anyway, like things are brought to here. Yeah. Like, so things have been going on for how long elsewhere, but I feel like with Ipswich, from my understanding from you as a student, I feel like things are very late here.
Yeah, definitely. So even like teeth whitening, it was crazy, because on my course there was someone else from this area, and they was like, yeah, no one does it here. That's why I thought to do the course, because like we're very late.
Yeah.
But in London there would be a number of people that's doing it. Same with when I started doing lashes. I could probably name 3 people in this whole town that did lashes. Now I can probably name about 10.
Yeah.
Because it's come about a lot more now. And people know that this is something that you can do. It's more normalised.
And I think that obviously has an impact as well on clientele, because obviously like it's one of them things that a lot of people you'll probably find it's their first time.
Yeah, because
like,
even now I've been doing it 3 years, it's their first time coming to a home-based tech, because they're so used to the shops and stuff, because there's not much here, do you know what I mean? And like some people in Ipswich, like London and stuff, it is really far for people to just travel on a daily for their maintenance and things. So
yeah. So I think that's another thing that like I feel like you have to sort of understand and like accept. Like you have to do your research, you have to understand, because it's not necessarily you, like or the person individually. You have to look at your surroundings, like where are you based and things like that, because like you could sit there and think, oh my god, like why am I only like doing 1, 2 clients a day? Like, but really and truly the area like isn't that,
and the prices is massively affected as well. Like what I can charge in Ipswich is different to London, just due to the people and what everyone is used to, because it's not like they're used to paying nail salon prices. So like when I say £50 for a set, they're like, what? Like I could just go to the nail salon, but it doesn't work like it doesn't work like that. Do you know what I mean?
And I think that's why, like, especially where like I even noticed like 1 minute like she was doing clients, next minute I'm seeing her in Ibiza or somewhere, and I'm like, oh, we flew out.
Today we was just on live and someone said, did I see you in Ibiza?
Yeah, like she has really been travelling, and obviously she'll come back and then she's gone again, and I'm like, oh, like you are really living your best life, sis, and I love that for you. But what was I going to say from that? Yeah, so that's why I've suggested to Kay recently that where she is in Ipswich and then she's also in North London, that's 2 areas that she's building up. She loves travelling and she wants to travel more, so I've suggested to her that she should maybe, like, you know, try to go to like multiple different areas and become a like artist, like, you know, being like a travel like artist, you know, a mobile like person that you, even when you go to a different country, like you have a clientele over there for it, because I feel like where you've got that name in Ipswich, you're building that name in North London, like it will be really good. And it goes hand in hand because with Candice, she recently got her car back. So I said to them, because they've built a good relationship, like as being my students, and she was getting her car back, I was like, perfect. Candice wants to be in her car. Kay wants to be outside. She wants to be here, there, and everywhere. So
the combo is perfect.
And the energies together are so lit. I said that they need to go on tour. Like, they need to go on tour because, like,
guys, don't watch it out. True K lashes, Candy Lux lashes on tour coming soon.
I'm telling you, because you know what happens, like you know when you're getting your lashes done, and because this is what happened, where I speak to my students, I listen to them, I ask them questions, I'm invested in their life, I understand their circumstance. So Kay was doing a client, like probably was it like last week, 2 weeks ago,
oh yeah,
and she was doing a client, and then she must have got her, like, that client, it was what time, like 9 o'clock.
Oh yeah, like it was
late. And then obviously she was like, oh, can you do my friend? And obviously you, like, as an artist, you know when it's late, you've had a long day, you, in your mindset, you've set yourself like, oh my God, like, I'm finishing.
Even like, because Shan called me, I said, I'll call you back when I finish my client. And this is at like 9:30, and I didn't end up calling her back till like midnight.
Because obviously, you don't want to turn it down, but also you're tired, you're drained, it's late, it's after hours. So she's obviously then done the client. So I said that what would be good is mixing Candy's getting her car back, Kay loving travelling, and both of them being able to do a service at the same time. Like you and your friend, you and your sister, you and your cousin can get your lashes done at the same time, or one of you can get your lashes done and you can get nails done, or teeth white. You can get all done.
The one-stop beauty shop.
And they come to you. So that's like a seed that I've planted in their heads. And again, like, it's not, and this is why I say with ongoing support, like with me, and this is why I kind of wanted to do more videos like this, because social media does not, I can't even say they see a quarter. They don't see none of all of this. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like when I say that you do get more, like, within your cause, it's not just because I'm trying to get more sales. It's not about that. Like, it's just generally about, like, I'm implementing everything that I wish and dream to be in a Lush course. And of course, like, I still grow myself, so I learn. So when I learn something new, I'm able to, like, implement that within my students, because I still have access to them, because I give them that ongoing support, so they'll continuously learn from me. And I always say, like, with my students, like, where I am is where you are. Like, so wherever I am, however much I grow, they will be with me. They will be next to me. Like, literally. Like,
literally.
So, yeah. So, guys, Kyra is in the process of doing Candice's nails.
We've done the application. I'm just filing and shaping now. And then, the next step will be the French tip application.
This is so cute. Seeing my girls in action. Morning, guys. It is the 11th of April. Obviously, it is the morning. So we're back on the Red Bulls. They didn't have 2 yellow ones, so I had to get like the normal one and the yellow one. Back on the Red Bulls. I'm literally outside Candice's now. She's been in this vlog like in the last clip when I was at Kyra's, but she was also in my other vlog when I went and what was I doing? Yeah, I was filming and I actually went to Lakeside and I got her like loads of gifts for her client and for Valentine's Day, and I come and drop them here, and she was just like in that vlog as well. So yeah, I've got some more goodies. Kyra's coming as well today. Oh my god, this bag is so heavy. I've just got them this gift of stuff for them. So yeah, I will be giving that to the girls today. Kyra doesn't sell shampoo bottles, but I've basically got like 50 or 30 empty shampoo bottles that I was gonna like sell on, but I thought, you know what, let me just give them to Kyra. And then these are for Candice because she actually like sells her own shampoo, so this is like the solution that you need, and it's actually a really expensive brand, but I've got 3 packs of these like this, so I'm giving that to them. And then a tweezer case as well for Kyra, and then this as well for Kyra. I think that's it. But yeah guys, I just see that Candice has just pulled up, so I will be with you guys soon. She's actually filming she's actually doing one of her clients today, so hopefully I don't interrupt, but I'll try and get some behind the scenes of that. But yeah guys, I will see you in a minute. No, because how cute is this? In the mirror, look, hello gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so lit.
I'm so excited that you like it.
I love it. You're priceless, like. Yeah. Okay, Candice, come. Tell us how you've taken over. Oh, let me show them the bed quickly.
I almost actually broke the...
Like, she's actually taken over
everything.
The whole living room.
Mine. So obviously this is the prices. This is where all my storage is. There's some extra bits. Last time, a cute quote thing message there. Snacks, help yourself when you leave or even before.
This is cute.
Bags, sorry, drinks are out.
Candice, like you never shown me this, like on FaceTime. You've never sent me like a video. No. Not of all of this.
I've got a video of
you showed me this.
I haven't actually
like you showed me this a little bit, and that was because like you was talking about it, and I was like, where is it? And then you showed me a little fridge, like a bin, like
yeah.
Of course. It's like a little display. And everything's pink.
Ones, yeah, but they're taking long to run out.
Yeah. Okay guys, so Candice is going to give you a little behind the scenes of her lash journey and what she was doing prior to running her lash business, or should I say lash empire,
yeah.
And how she got into the lash industry and where she is now.
Right guys, so before lashing, I was working at a nursery. I was a nursery teacher, went up to I actually got given the role to be a deputy room leader, so I had a lot of responsibilities on that side. And obviously I was there for coming up to 10 years, and then I went to see Shan to do a little body sculpting, and then we got deep into conversations, really connected there. And then next thing you know, all of a sudden I saw her post the lash course, and then I was thinking this is really for me, this is something that I'm going to get into, and it's my genre anyways, just get into it. So I just booked it and then went and took my course. When I took the other in-person course, which was the Russians, obviously first I had to do my classics and then had to do my Russians. And then after that, I was still working at the nursery, but I literally started my business kind of straight away. When I qualified in classics, I took a client straight on, which was my friend, and actually that set surprisingly came out really, really good.
It wasn't surprising though, because her skill in the course, I said to her she is someone that is just for this industry. Like, you can tell their talent. I always said to Candice, like, you are gonna go crazy in this lash industry.
Yeah, she always told me, like, but I was thinking, like, what is it that you're seeing that is like so good? Do you know what I mean? So obviously I done the first set, sent her a picture, and then like it just was like everyone was like so mind blown by my work. But I still couldn't really see it. Like, I was like taking it on. I was like, yeah, like, thank you, but really deep down, like, I was like, okay, I can't see what they're seeing. Until a bit further down the line, I took my Russians and obviously took some Russian clients like that. Then when I was looking back at my work and like just seeing like other work that has been put out, I can see that my first set compared to others' first sets actually was like up to standard that you wouldn't expect a beginner to be at. So then I was like being able to understand what like everyone around me was telling me from seeing my pictures of my sets. And even like the retention, like from the beginning, like they would last quite long.
Yeah, let's talk about the retention, because Candice doesn't really like to talk about the retention, so I'm actually really surprised she actually even mentioned it, because her retention game is on point. Like, her clients' lashes be lasting weeks on months. Literally. Months. Let me not say weeks on weeks. It's months they be lasting. And
I'm always shocked. Like, even the other day, like, I went to my friend's son's birthday party, and one of my other friends was there, and like she had a set like done, I think maybe 2 months ago, or maybe no, a month and a half ago, and she went on holiday. And when I saw her, like, she still had them on, and I was like, are those the set? Like, is that the set that I did?
Yeah, like, don't you?
And she was like, yeah, they lasted really well, you know. I said, oh my gosh. I had to go back on my like bookings to see when I actually booked her, and I said, wow.
Don't you think it's so funny, like, when you see someone and you think, no, surely not, like, you really think they've gone elsewhere?
Yeah, and as well, I would like think like maybe like she's gone somewhere else because I haven't seen her for so long.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they've just, you know, they've been already, and she just doesn't want to have lashes right now. And when I saw the amount that was on, I was like, no way. Even my other friend, she had it on for over 2 months, and like they were so outgrown, like all the way to the end. It was still quite full, but like a lot of them had like grown out to the end, you know what I mean? So
which is why it's important to book your fills.
Exactly. And I keep telling her, just come and book your fills, but it's like she would book it and then like she'll be busy because like she's got a lot going on, and she's got her son as well, so sometimes she has to try and reschedule them. But because they actually like stay on her lashes for so long instead of like actually falling off, she like kind of gets away with it because they're still there, and even though it's like grown out. You know what I mean? So yeah. Okay,
so where are you right now? Like, fast forward to April 2024.
So fast forwarding, I left my job at the nursery of almost 10 years last year, August, so August 2023.
Because we date things because we celebrate every win.
August 2023 is when I left that nursery, and I basically, so I'm almost 1 year, coming up to 1 year full-time lashing. However, I've been lashing for almost 2 years in May,
which is like next month.
Literally next month is 2 years, like, since I've actually been lashing, because obviously like whilst I was still at the nursery, I was still lashing whilst babysitting children, going to the nursery. I was trying to fit in clients where I can to still obviously, you know, better my skill and everything like that. And I just wanted to just start straight away. Like, I just felt like there's no point me waiting. Like, let me just, it was in me to just, and like everyone around me knows I'm like quite busy anyway. Like, I like to take on a lot of things and keep myself busy. So like to the point where people are like, Candice, like you're going again. Like, you need to like, sleep. You need to
balance.
Like, you need to, you know what I'm saying, like have some time for yourself. And I'm like, sometimes I think like I am having time for myself. But they don't see it. So so almost 1 year full-time lashing, but I've been lashing for almost 2 years altogether anyway. So next month, actually not almost 2 years, literally next month, you know what I mean?
So Candice, tell us now where you see yourself in a year's time. So obviously you've mentioned that you are coming up to your 2-year anniversary in the lash industry, and that you've been lashing full-time for a year, August 2023. So we're April 2024 now. So where do you see yourself this time next year with lashing?
This time next year with lashing, I want to keep growing my clientele, just have lots of repeat clientele, like where I'm booked out.
Yes, repeat clients.
Every day. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I get clients, like, you know what I'm saying, and I do have days where I've got full days lashing, but I want it to be more days of full lashing, and it will come with time. You know what I'm saying? That's just what happens with growth in the journey. I would like to maybe have myself in like a little unit space that I can make my own, other than obviously making my living room my own for now. Or I would like to maybe even have like a few days renting in a salon. Yeah, so mainly it's about like keep growing myself, keep growing my clientele, you know, bringing more skill to my work, and just venturing out to build clientele and work in a different profession other than my living room.
Yes! What was a pivotal moment within your lash business that you felt such success or change within yourself or your business? But then also, what was one of the hardest times that you felt since running your lash business?
So, one of the pivotal moments were actually leaving the nursery and becoming like proper full-time lashing, because then I just felt like I'm actually being able to run this fully myself. Do you know what I mean? I had no other focus on having to go to another job or anything. Like, my focus was mainly just on my business, so it made me feel like that I'm that was the time where I felt like I'm proper in this industry now. Even though like I'm still really small, I don't, you know what I'm saying, I'm still got a lot of growth to go, but it makes me feel like really confident in the journey because I'm being able to do it like full time.
And I feel like you worked so hard. Yeah, I feel like you worked so hard for that, because I remember we always like spoke about it, and that was your goal. Literally. And like I remember like you really was working towards it, and like each time that you would feel like, because there was a few times prior that you felt like, should I do it, should I not, and then you didn't. And then when you said like, Shan, like, you gave me that message, like, I'll never forget, you was like, yeah, I'm doing it, like, I'm gonna leave. And I was like, oh my
God! But it was so hard, because you need to remember that I'm with the children, I have bonds with them as well. Like, I just need to find the right time to leave, because, like, I'm thinking about them as well. Like, it's gonna be sad for them, for me to leave them as well. As much as it is sad for me to leave them, they're gonna be sad that I'm leaving them.
Yeah.
But then, like, it's fine, because I still see them at their houses, I still look after them anyway, I still babysit for them. In my own time now, that's what it is. Like, not in the time of nursery hours, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was the pivotal moment, just because it made me feel, it empowered me a bit more to, you know what I mean, because I'm running it fully. And one of the hard times was, I would say, probably whilst I was working there, trying to get the clients and do the lashing at the same time whilst I babysat, because the hours just weren't working. It's like, people would ask me for appointments or something like that, and it's like the times I could offer them weren't times that they needed, because they wanted times in the day, but I couldn't do that because I was at work and I can only offer evening appointments. Or it's like people would ask me for days in the week and I couldn't do those days because I'm at work, so I'd offer weekends, and then they didn't want the weekend because they've got stuff to do on the weekends, or they got their children, so they want it in the days of the week where their children aren't with them, and stuff like that. So it was really hard to try and find the right time to get the clients in. And then obviously, like, I think, that was really the only hard thing, because coming into this journey, like, my mindset, I've never been like, you know what I'm saying, have doubt in my mind about this journey or whatever. I've always known that if something doesn't work, it's not meant to work. I've never like put myself down about it. I've never compared myself to anyone. Yeah, that's one thing that you've always had, a very strong mindset. Like, and I think that's probably why not that you haven't had your trials and tribulations, because like even things that I found out during the years, and I was like, that happened like just before that you come on the course, and like so many things, and I think to myself, like, you really pushed yourself through, and you've not used any excuse like to succeed, like, or to use it as an excuse to, oh, I can't do this, or this is the reason why like my business isn't working. You've just figured out a way, like despite like the hurdles that have come your way. So I do really think it does come down to like a mindset as well,
because it's not that you haven't had like even harder times than that you've just mentioned, but it's just that you're not looking at that as a like a reason to why you can't succeed. Like you're just thinking, okay, cool, I can't go down that road, so I'm gonna need to reroute like ways.
Exactly.
And now we're really back on ways. Now we're really back on ways.
Exactly.
Okay, Candy, so you've got your client Kimberly here today for her infills. So do you want to talk us through like what you're doing?
So right now I'm doing a 3-week infill. It's a Russian set in lengths 10 to, we're doing a kitten eye basically. So the longest lengths are at the high points of her eye, which will be up to 15, and then we'll taper down to 14, just to, you know, give an illusion that it is a cat eye, where the shadow of the longer lengths is, you know, hiding the corners, so it doesn't give the illusion that it's drooping. And this is actually her second time coming to me. So her first time was for the full set of this set that I'm infilling. And she actually has travelled a long way. Do you want to say where you came from?
Surrey.
All the way from Surrey.
All the way from Surrey to South.
And when I was asking her, like, literally how long does that take? She said it's like a 40-minute like cab drive, or like by the train it's like an hour and 20 minutes. So like, you know, I really appreciate her travelling that far. And just to get lashed by me.
Was she getting like Russian sets before, like coming to you?
Oh no, she was getting clusters, and that is where she went wrong.
So she's never. So Kimberly, you've never had a full set of actual semi-permanent individual eyelash extensions before you come to Candy's, or did you have them done before? Like you started doing.
Have you used?
clusters?
You've used them before, right?
Yeah. Okay.
The last ones, what she was sticking to was the clusters, just before getting done by me.
Okay. So and that's why when she come back in today and she laid down and before she even laid down, she was like, how they grow back?
Yeah. She wanted to check if they grew back, because those clusters, they do damage.
Damage control.
Exactly. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. It actually, the retention was really good, so it's not much work for me to do. I just had to remove like a few outgrowns and get them back on, basically.
Oh, what lashes you using?
Oh yeah, eyelash shine. Oh yeah, we're using CC curl, by the way, 0.5. You know, don't worry about the pink, because I know she doesn't really like her pink brands.
It matches your aesthetic today, so it's fine.
Yeah, it matches my aesthetic, but you know what? I've still got the new ones right here. You know what I'm saying? But we've got to use these ones right now. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh gosh.
I am literally ready for my trip to Ireland to go and see my student, and I am taking 2 of my students with me, Candice and Kyra. Probably like 4:30 right now, so I'm going to leave, make my way to the airport, meet the girls there. It's so cute because like this is like their 3rd sleepover together, because obviously we had the student sleepover, but Kyra's been staying at Candice's house basically a couple of times. So yeah, it's just so cute that they only like met in March. But I'm so excited. I'm going to basically take you behind the scenes and show you behind the scenes of Ola's lash journey. She enrolled on my online lash course, which she has built and flourished an amazing business from. Her skill, her growth, like her sets that she does, her clientele, everything is just kiss. So yeah, I'm gonna take you guys with me on the journey to the airport and yeah, to Ireland. So yeah, let's go. So guys, We are literally at the gate. Candice got a mocha, Kyra got a hot chocolate, I got latte.
Cheers.
I can't hold man because I'm doing too much. It's just been such a hectic morning. I thought it was going to be a lot smoother than that, but it wasn't that bad, was it? I feel like for content purposes, I felt like I was going to be able to do more, but we haven't done bad.
We thought we was going to be late.
We thought we wasn't even going to be on the flight, and the plane isn't even here.
Up and down escalators.
The plane isn't even here, and I was sweating my back in my white outfit. Thank you. So yeah guys, I will show you when we get board on the plane, and yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah, you know that thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you, they don't have the cars I want, but we don't care. Why? Because we're on grind mode and we're humble, and you know, we're grateful that we're able to even get a car. In the right place. Yes! Hey guys, so welcome back to our student series for our documentary of coming behind the scenes of our students' lash journey. So today I'm in Ireland. I'm at Lash by Ola, and I'm just gonna let her introduce herself. So do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Ola. I'm 21. I'm here in Ireland. This is my lash room where I do lashes. I'm in college at the moment studying business.
No, honestly, that's so amazing. And I feel like, you know, being like 21 and like, you know, being so busy and like actually having such a demand like with your lash extensions like and your clientele, building that whilst you're at college and having to focus like on your studying, like even like yesterday you done an exam, Friday you've got an exam.
Friday an exam, client after the exam, next day 2 clients, next day 3 clients, next day exam, but yeah, we keep going.
And it's like even in that time like you're still having to like study and juggle and, you know, do all of these things, and I just think like, you know, it is literally so amazing what you're doing. And you know, when was it that you took the online lash course with us?
So I took the online lash course in June of 2023. I always wanted to do lashes for about like 2 years, and one thing about me, I like to like self-teach myself, but obviously the more and more I looked into lash extensions, it's not really something you can teach yourself, but yeah, I came across your course through TikTok. I seen all your videos of you promoting the sale, and I took the course because it was affordable for me at the time, and yeah, I took the course in June and I've been going ever since.
And that's so crazy because you know what, last year I think like maybe from like April till like May, June time, like I was actually like fully on TikTok, and that's probably been the only time I've been on TikTok. So it's like it's so crazy how like the world works, because it's like I don't really post on TikTok, so it's like for me to post in that time, which has allowed you to then find your calls, and then now like you are actually running a whole business from it.
I still can't believe it.
Yeah. So what do you feel like are the main benefits from taking the lash course?
I feel like it gave me a lot of knowledge. You know, sometimes my clients ask me questions and I'm actually able to answer the questions because Shan said this in her course and Shan said that in her course, and you know, it allowed me to learn and give back my clients the feedback. So that's definitely one thing that's very beneficial, because I would hate if I had clients coming to me and they're genuinely asking me questions that they're concerned about, and it would be worrying if I didn't know them. So reading that in your course and being able to like give it back to my clients, because I learned it from you, is very beneficial.
And I feel like I always say that to students, because I feel like that knowledge is power. That's like one of like my main things. And for me, as a like business owner, like it doesn't matter whether it's lashes or anything, I feel like you should really have that confidence. If a client comes in, because sometimes clients will come in and they'll be like, I want this, or this is what I always have. And you know, if you have that knowledge, you're going to know, oh, actually that's actually not going to be like what you would actually want, or it wouldn't look as good as maybe this set would, or something like that. So you could, without making them feel a type of way, you can say, oh, you've got this shape eye, like if we went, you know, 2 sizes shorter in the inner corner than what you actually want, this is what it will give. And you are only going to be able to have that from your knowledge, you know, that you've obtained and things like that. So I always say, you know, continuing like learning and having like in-depth training, especially when it comes down to the theory. And I know that it can be like really deflating sometimes, because you can think, oh my god, there's so much information. And I do think a lot of people look at lashes and think, oh my god, like it is just literally like putting lashes on and that's it. Like there's so much into it. And I think, especially where my course is very cheap, I think people probably don't expect as much information to be in there, because like there'll be the science and the history and like the eye shapes and absolutely everything. And I think, you know, in the long run it does pay off, because like you say, when your clients do come in and they ask you something, you can actually say like with conviction, like, oh, this, that, and then what is going to then happen is they're going to trust, oh wow, like you actually know what you're talking about. So subconsciously, that is why clients come back, because they know, oh, like I didn't even know that, like, or my lash technician said that before, but she obviously was saying that because like she didn't know what she was doing or whatever, and it makes them learn a lot more. So yeah, I think it's really important like to educate your clients and be able to give them the answers that, you know, they need and things like that. So I know you spoke about this briefly. You know, you said that you wanted to do eyelash extensions for 2 years. What was it that sort of gave you that passion to want to, like, you know, join the lash industry?
Well, before lashes, I actually used to do makeup. I used to be a self-taught makeup artist, and you know, I'd get clients here and there, but I didn't have a passion for it. I didn't have that much love for it either to
pursue it as a career.
Exactly, yeah. And I always love getting my own lashes done. I always have to have lashes. If you ask any of my friends, I'm just the one who always gets her lashes done. And I actually used to get like Penny's Primark individual like cluster lashes, and I used to like pretend to do like lash extensions on my friends, and you know, they encouraged me to, you know, like, you should do a lash course. And it was just something that we all like would say, like, oh, when Ola does her lash course, oh yeah, when Ola starts lashes, I'm gonna have my lashes done for free. And it's like, okay, I need to start now. So yeah, I've always just loved lashes. So
oh, that's so amazing. And it's so nice, like, when people come into the industry, not for the sake of like, oh my god, I see this person's making money, this person's making money. They actually have a passion for it. And I do think that it does show in people's businesses, and especially to clients. And at the end of the day, that is like the main purpose. You know, when you're running a business in lash extensions, you do really want to make sure that you're able to, you know, offer a service to them like with that love, because it's just they're paying for a service, and it's like that you're laying them on the bed and you're strapping up their eyes essentially and using tweezers. Like they've got to trust you in some sort of way. So it is good when you have a passion and you generally enjoy it. And you know, even you saying that you've done makeup, like, you know, I qualified in hairdressing, and as you just said, I didn't have a passion for hairdressing. And you know, I loved the idea of working in a salon and dealing with clients and things like that, but it wasn't for hair. And I thought that was the only way you could have a salon. I was very naive, like maybe it was the area I grew up in, but obviously I then later found eyelash extensions. And don't get me wrong, I wasn't like the worst, but I wasn't great. I was not good at the beginning, but I did have a passion. So I just knew that, you know what, I've got to keep going, I've got to keep practicing, and I will get better with that. And here I am. And you know, it's taken me a long time, but obviously I will continue to go, and that will continue my growth. And you know, it's not easy, but when you have a passion for it, it does make it like a lot more enjoyable.
I think my clients even can see that I have a passion for it, because like even like my regulars, like I feel like they could speak for me and say like, yeah, but like Ola wants to own her own salon, or like she always talks about how she loves lashes so much, or she wants her studio to look like this, or she wants her salon to look like this. So I think it's really important that like my clients know that that's what I want.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just a thing right now to make quick money. Like I want it to be long term. Like you know, I want to keep you coming.
And 100% you're gonna have that, and I'm gonna be flying back for your launch party, and I'm gonna be like, you did that, because honestly I even remember when you was like it was like you'd enrolled, and then you was like, yeah, I'm doing up my and I think you were sending me pictures, and I was like, this is amazing, this is so lit. Like,
you did not come to play.
Yeah, you did not come to play, and it was just like, I was just so amazed by your drive from such early on, and then even then obviously later finding out, you know, about that you're studying and you're doing these other things in the background, because running a business on its own, like as a full-time job, is hard enough, let alone when you're studying. And like, you know, it's not like something you can just go in and learn how to run the tills and stack shelves. Like you are actually, you know, studying like for a degree. Like, and you know, it's not like a little degree, it's a big degree, big business. So yeah, I'm so happy for you. I'm proud of you. What would you say your biggest, hardest obstacle you face since starting your business?
I'd say comparing myself with other lash techs, comparing myself with other businesses. Yeah, I think because one thing I will admit, and I'm grateful for all my clients that do come to me, but ever since starting this business, I've never really had to fight to gain clientele, which I'm very grateful for. I'm grateful for every client.
That's because your skill speaks for itself.
But I never really struggled with clients, you know, but the one thing that always gets me is she looks more busier than me, and you know, like even though the season is not slow, why am I slow, and why did she have clients? Or like, I wish I could lash like her, or I wonder what trays she uses, or what tweezers. Do you know what I mean? I just always compare myself with other businesses, or I see other lash techs who never post any of the L's, like they don't post when they're not getting clients, or when they are not, you know, they're not busy, or when they're having a bad lash day. And then I have this trait of thinking like, is it just you? Like, can you not do it properly? Or, so that's the one thing I really do.
And do you know what, like, I really respect you and thank you for like speaking on that, because it's true, like not a lot of people do speak on that, but a lot of people, if not everyone, goes through that. Like, it is not just you. Like here, like in Cork, like every lash technician has gone through that stage like once in their business. And you know, like it is like hard not to do that when, you know, we live in a world of social media now. Everything is social media, number one. Number two, also, like, you know, because when you have such big goals and you have such big dreams and aspirations, like you obviously want to get there, and you're fighting and you're pushing, you're doing everything. So when things may be a little bit slower, or you're trying to, you know, do certain things and maybe it's not really working right now, like our thing is oh, but I see her doing it, like why is it not working for me? What's she doing that I'm not doing? And then it comes down to like what trade she is using. Maybe it's the trades that she's using why she's like being able to do this lash sets like this, or get clients to keep coming to her all the time. But you know, again, social media, like you should never like believe everything on social media anyway, because like people can make like I could post a picture of like a car today and take a video of the car today, and then come back, take another picture of the car tomorrow in a different space, and I could act like it's my car, like, and people would believe it because I've posted it. Like, it's delusional, like how social media is. So I do really, and especially with my students, like, and that's why I think as a brand, like I've always tried to be very transparent and honest. I think I've always been a bit too honest and transparent, but I think it allows other people to think, oh, like I'm not the only one. Like
it really does bring comfort though, knowing that like that everybody does go through that.
Yeah.
And like you said, social media, like we're all glued to it, so obviously it's what I see I'm going to believe and what's going to be in my head.
Yeah.
When I do know at heart, like we all go through it. Like,
yeah, no, 100%. And obviously as well, like even anyone in their down times, they're obviously going to try and generate like you know, clients. So what they're going to do is they're going to post maybe like their best set that they did on one Monday and another good set that they done on the Thursday, and they're going to post these pictures for maybe a new follower or someone else to see it and be like, oh wow, I love this set. It might not have been that day, like it might not have been one after the other as it looks, you know, and they might not even be making out as if like, you know, I've done this client and now I've done this client, but you know, they're just posting their work because sometimes today I might not want to book because I'm in Ireland, but tomorrow I might come back and someone's posted. I think, oh, do you know what, like I'm free, let me just go and take that appointment, you know. So that's why posting consistently and being consistent is really important, and just posting like I've, you know, showed like even these two girls, like I've showed Candice and Kyra, I've showed them, you know, like you know, scheduling posts or even scheduling drafts even on your story. So you can put, you know, a story post, like, you know, when you're in your exam, like you can schedule your a post to come out and you can be doing your exam, and then the post has been posted on Instagram and you wouldn't have even known, like, because you're in your exam, you're focused on that, so at least your mind's not thinking, oh my god, I haven't posted for like a week, like because I've been slacking, because, you know, I've been trying to do this and do that and do this. Like if you sort of, you know, try to regulate your social media, like more as in like the way that it works for you, it gives you that less pressure as well. But yeah, and also as well, I just want to say, like, not to be too hard on yourself, like, because your skill is amazing, and like you say, like, people will come to you, like, because of your skill, number one, and number two, like, like what you're studying as well, I feel like that is going to help like tremendously.
I'd be in classes sometimes thinking, oh my god, yeah, like that makes sense, like I actually do that could help with my business,
exactly. And I think, and you know, like this isn't, you know, your first year, like, and it's not your last year, so you know, you've still got so much to learn and do, like within that. And also, like, you know, there's people that do it without a degree, like, so, you know, you having that as a backhand on top of your skill, like the world is honestly your oyster. Like, I wish you could see what, yeah, like you really don't, because I wish you could see like what I see, like, and see like how amazing you are and how amazing your skill is. Okay, and then the last question, would you recommend a eyelash and course, and if so, why?
I would definitely recommend an eyelash and course, because I feel like, first of all, I would have never been here today if I didn't take that course. I wouldn't have known the knowledge I know now if I didn't take that course. I feel like your course is very in-depth. It's also like the layout of it is very helpful for, so like I went from knowing absolutely nothing about lashes. All I knew in my head was I want to do lashes. You know, for 2 years all I knew was I wanted to do lashes. I didn't know anything about an in-person course nor an online course. So signing up for your course and going on it and seeing that there's a step 1 and a step 2, and then there's all this information and there's, you know, videos, I would definitely recommend it. You couldn't go wrong with your course, and it's very beneficial. And even if people do want to take other courses outside of it, I feel like yours is a very good start to at least knowing the basics, and knowing, like, it gives you a path, because it definitely gave me my path, and that's why I'm here today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you. And yeah, like, honestly, like, I'm just so grateful that you are still, you know, you haven't given up. And I feel like there's probably been like so many times that maybe you felt, you know, like the like I don't think I can do this anymore. You know, you probably have felt times where you're thinking, is there any point? And you know, I do want you to know, like, that, you know, we've all gone through that, and there's always them times, like, everyone, like, even when you get to certain like wins and goals that you want, like you'll still think, oh my god, like there will still be their moments. So it's just sort of learning how to, like, you know, adapt and sort of just think, do you know what, like being an entrepreneur, like, and being a like boss, it's just like, it's just very turmoil, like, and you know, you just have to sort of embrace it and just try to enjoy the process. And especially, like I said, like the clients, the business and everything you've built since June last year, like it hasn't even been a year. So you should literally, like, when I leave, you should celebrate yourself. Like I tell you all the time, like, I feel like every time I speak to you, I always say, like, celebrate yourself.
Yeah, you do.
Like, because you're always winning, you're always like achieving, and I just know you're very hard on yourself, because like even if you say, oh yeah, I've done this or I've done this, you always come with a but, like I wanna, or a but.
I think it's just like, I'm grateful for everything I have done, and I do see what I have achieved. But for me, it's like, right, I know how to lash now.
What can I do next?
Yeah.
And I think there's pros and cons into that, because it allows you to not like stop, and it allows you to keep going, but also it gives that pressure like on yourself, and like stress. You don't need that pressure, you don't need that stress, like you're already like under enough running the business and studying, like so yeah, I feel like you should just enjoy it. Same way I said to your mom, like, you're such an amazing person, and I'm just so happy that comes to me.
Aw, you.
That is a wrap. I'm on my way back to London now. Like, I'm literally just waiting to get on the plane outside. I really do hope you've all enjoyed this video of coming behind the scenes with me, with my students, and seeing like how hands-on I am with my students. I mean, this is something I do every day, all day, but this, however, is the first time I've ever flown out to a student, so I'm very grateful, very blessed I'm able to do that. And yeah, I just hope you've enjoyed this vlog. If you liked it, then make sure that you like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, make sure you drop in the comments as well what you want to see more of, and yeah, thank you so much, and until next time.